for me, if I'm really honest, um, knowing what I know now about.
For me, assuming I'm truly genuine understanding what I know now about who I wedded, I could not have possibly hitched him. I continue to advise individuals that VIP relationships are not to be revered, and this Jeannie Mai and Jeezy circumstance is simply more verification of that. Jeezy has sought legal separation from Jeannie after only 2 years of marriage, and Jeannie is supposedly having a truly difficult stretch, since now she has been abandoned with a kid when she never needed to be a mother in any case. Likewise, in the event that you've been watching The Real reliably, I genuinely think Jenny wasn't even prepared to have a child with Jeezy, in view of her encounters, and furthermore, the way that she was all the while recuperating from her separation from her most memorable spouse of 10 years. Yet fans are likewise saying Jenny ought to have known better in light of the fact that Jeezy is a mobile warning who has a background marked by leaving his past accomplices subsequent to having children. Yet that is not all the tea, you all, on the grounds that a video likewise re-emerged showing Jeannie apparently fetishizing people of color and saying she likes to keep them, quote, as an afterthought, end statement, if you catch my drift. Yet for me, dim meat as an afterthought light keeps me mean and lean. You realize that is the reason I'm hitched, white man. That is what I like genuinely. There is a ton to unload here, so we should hop into it. It's insane. You hear constantly that cash can change individuals. Well, separation can truly change individuals. Now we as a whole felt that Jeezy and Jeannie were going areas of strength for really on how they depicted their life on the web. So it came as a colossal shock when Jesus unexpectedly sought legal separation from Jeannie. And as per court reports, that by individuals, Jeezy's recording says that he and Jeannie are at present living in a genuine condition of division, and that their marriage is irretrievably broken with no expectation for compromise. The record likewise expresses that Jeezy needs to share joint lawful care of his little girl with Jeannie, who was brought into the world in January 2022. Like I said, this news was really out of nowhere on the grounds that only a couple of months prior, Jeannie and Jeezy praised their second commemoration. Jeannie, who was brought into the world to a Chinese Vietnamese dad, and the Vietnamese mother shocked Jeezy with an excursion to Vietnam for their commemoration. And she told individuals, when Jeezy and I met, we reinforced over the similitudes and contrasts of our societies. Since we have a girl mixing our universes, it gives significantly more significance to investigate Vietnam altogether. Family. Additionally, individuals were truly stunned with their marriage finishing, since Jenny generally discussed how Jeezy was the man of her fantasies. Like back in November, she told Individuals magazine that she realized Jeezy was the one from the second they met on the arrangement of the genuine promptly. That was an attractive fascination. We are exceptionally drawn to one another's interests, to serve so in light of the fact that we have a common delight of having an object. We will figure out how to do that together. So as you can see, everything appeared to be a fantasy from the outside. Yet the people who have been focusing are presently saying that this relationship had a lot of warnings all along. Most importantly, Jeezy never appeared to be as amped up for his marriage and developing altogether as Jenny was. And in addition to he has 3 other child moms, so dislike having a youngster is something that would make him stay. Other than that, Jeezy was additionally recently captured for actually going after his child Jadarius, whom he imparts to his ex Tanisha Dykes. Back in September 2012, Jeezy was captured in Atlanta for terrible bogus detainment and conveying intimidation against his child, who was around 15 or 16 at the time. As per the occurrence report got by TMZ, Jeezy's child attempted to get away, yet Jeezy's protector obstructed the flight of stairs. The police report additionally expressed that Jeezy told his child, I will put an in your mind at the present time, and in the event that I could pull off it, I would kill you. Jeezy later transformed himself into the specialist and was in the end delivered subsequent to posting a $45,000 bond. So after he finished things with Jadarius, his mother Jeezy got drawn in to an Ethiopian artist named Malad Jeezy, and Milad invited little girl Amara in February 2014 and got participated in 2016. Yet they split in 2018, close to the time Jeezy met Jenny, prompting hypothesis that Jenny might have been the explanation Jeezy severed his commitment to Milad, as per Hollywood Life. Jeezy additionally has another kid, a child named Shaheem Jenkins. Yet it's not satisfactory who his natural mother is. No doubt it was evident that Jeezy wasn't marriage material, yet Jenny, presumably, figured she could transform him. Fans are additionally saying that Jeezy disregarded a few warnings about Jenny, as well as one fan brought up Jeezy wedded his inclination, yet Jenny wedded hers. Nobody ought to be shocked it didn't end up actually working. And on the off chance that you don't have a clue, well, Jenny recently conceded during one episode of The Real that she cherishes individuals of color, yet just as her side piece, and favors her principal man to be white. Jeannie was hitched to her most memorable spouse at the time, entertainer Freddie Hardis. And she basically said white men are her inclination for a husband, regardless of the way that she finds individuals of color appealing. I did yet for me dull meat as an afterthought. White heaps me mean and lean. You realize that is the reason I wedded white man. That is, I'm saying I truly think individuals of color are appealing. I do yet. When different hosts request that Jenny make sense of precisely exact thing she implied, she immediately backtracked and guaranteed she was alluding explicitly to her better half Freddie, and not white men. All in all, gracious, what do you mean, din meat, as an afterthought that implies honey? You understand what that implies. Stand by the thing. Are you perusing it at how could you say it? I'm trying to say I when I think about men, I like dim men. I do you like your fundamental man to be white. And the youthful applause man. No doubt if you were to ask me, both Jeannie and Jeezy are risky. And me by. And by I never got involved with their fantasy sentiment, other than that I naturally suspect Jenny has a ton of things that she most likely hadn't recuperated from prior to bouncing into the marriage with Jeezy. And I'm discussing her separation from Freddie, as well as the sass she endured as a kid. See, back in 2019, Jenny uncovered that she was tried by a male individual from her family for a really long time, beginning from the age of 9. Consistently the contacting proceeded, with somewhat more him removing a portion of my garments. We used to have the restroom in your room. I recollect him maneuvering me into that shower. And it was whenever I've first at any point seen a developed man, and what he resembled still 9 years of age. I recall him advising me to contact him in some ways. Unfortunately, when Jeannie at last accumulated the solidarity to tell her mother didn't completely accept that her and Jenny ventured out from home at 16. Jeannie and her mother didn't address each other for anywhere near 9 years. And it was only after they at last reconnected that Jenny's mother at last accepted Jenny's experience was genuine. You never helped me out of nowhere. You halted. And you said tell me precisely everything that he did. And I said to you all that I don't have any idea why I truly stood by listening to her single detail retail. All that, and I'm truly stunned in light of the fact that I can't really accept that it isn't so much. That's the genuine article. It's happened to my family, cause me unblameworthy, and cause me to feel so terrible, and make me can't rest. And I need to approach his home. I need to punch him. I need to place him in prison. You understand what I mean. I can't completely accept that has happened to my little girl. And afterward she took off as a result of that. The explanation, since I don't completely accept that her, I need to say I'm truly sorry, Kong. I'm truly sorry in light of the fact that I don't have the foggiest idea what happened. I don't have the foggiest idea why I love that kid. And I take care like a genuine child. And afterward do that to you. I can't trust it. Concerning Jeezy, he additionally made them grow up and didn't get legitimate love and friendship from his watchmen. After his folks isolated, when he was as yet a baby, he resided with various relatives. And in a meeting with Twofold XL magazine, he portrayed his experience growing up As unfilled, no doubt this Jenny and Jeezy circumstance made me think about how there are such countless individuals getting hitched and bringing kids into this world before they appropriately recuperate from their own young life injuries. I likewise figure Jenny would have rather not had jokes with her most memorable spouse due to what befell her as a kid, yet when she met Jeezy, she was presumably dazed by fascination, confused it with similarity, and felt it was protected to have a kid. With him, sources near Jenny are presently saying she's going through a bad dream since her most awful trepidation was becoming a single parent, now concerning Jeezy. I don't see him significantly altering his ways at any point in the near future, since it appears as though he's currently attempting to take the show to web-based entertainment. Only one day after he petitioned for legal separation, he posted a lot of photographs, flexing close to his extravagance vehicles, and wrote in the subtitle, "Too Centered."